All right, so this is our last video, and I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you for having this experience with me. And I also wanted to take a little bit of time to share some of my thoughts with you about the integration of educational technology. So that's kind of what this video is about. So my thoughts. So we have district technology goals, and those goals have actually been absorbed into the academic content section of the strategic plan, which I think was very smart. I think that was a very good move to have technology be absorbed into academic content. So there's an academic goal statement that says we develop and enrich the academic capacity of our students and staff to prepare for success in a changing world. And I think that's a good, strong academic goal statement that was created by the Strategic Planning Committee. Academic Goal 1, which technology was absorbed into, by the end of the 2020-2021 school year, Tecumseh Local Schools will increase student achievement by 10% annually on the District Performance Index, all indicators, and universal screeners in grades K-12. So there are 4 strategies under that goal, and strategy 1.4, the last one, is actually the technology strategy. And it simply states teachers will integrate and use technology in instruction and assessment. Now, under that strategy, there needs to be action steps. What are the action steps that we need to take in order to be strategically meeting that goal? So the action steps also have to have like who's responsible for them, what's the target date, what date were they actually achieved associated with them. So somehow the old action steps just sort of got copy and pasted into the new strategic plan, which I am not in agreement with because I think that these action steps are very outdated. And I want to show you 2 examples of that. The first one says that one of our action steps will be that our teachers will that will monitor the creation, implementation, and evaluation of at least one technology-based activity and at least once a quarter in all grade levels. I think this is terrible because this is just a checkoff sheet. This is just, did you do your technology project for the quarter? Yes, you did. Check. I don't think that's going to get us to a 10% increase in student achievement. That's just compliance. Another example is this 1.4D, develop a technology committee comprised of representatives from each building. I don't see how having a technology committee, whereas I think that's great, but I don't think it lends itself to a 10% improvement in student achievement. I feel the same about these other particular action steps or action steps for the strategy. I think they're antiquated. So I thought a lot about this. I thought about, what should these action steps actually be in 2020, the year 2020, integrating technology into our academic world. So I thought a lot about them, and I essentially came up with 4 action steps and 4 tools to make those action steps happen. Now, let me just go on record by saying these are not the official action steps adopted by our into our district strategic plan. That's why this video is just about my thoughts. This is what I think they should be, but I don't have the power to put them in there. So 4 steps and 4 tools. The 4 tools, I feel it's important to keep the number of tools that we master little because there are so many educational technology platforms out there. It's overwhelming. But I think we can get this job done with just 4 tools. And those 4 tools are our Google suite of tools, counts as 1, Nearpod, obviously, Flipgrid, and I think we can get some mileage out of Edpuzzle. So now let me just introduce you what I think the 4 strategies should be. Okay, so here we go. So action step number 1, not strategies. I didn't mean to say strategies, but the 4 action steps that address the strategy. So action step number 1, empower student voice. We really think about what it means to empower student voice. We engage all of our students in each classroom by moving from passive to active learning, considering our extroverts, as well as our introverts, and creating student-centered collaborative learning environments. We need to realize that all learners have different processing speeds, including some that are comfortable responding immediately, while others may need or desire time to take in all the material and synthesize their thoughts before contributing to the learning environment. Empowering all students to express their voice means providing individualized attention and developing compassion in our teaching. Now, the technology tools out of the four that I think we can use to do this are definitely Nearpod. Think about it. Think about what you've learned with Nearpod. Can you empower the voices of all your students using Nearpod? Absolutely, you can. Can you address extroverts and introverts? Absolutely, you can. Think about student pace codes and then assigning a student pace code after a live lesson to give those students with slower processing speeds an opportunity to think through things and then respond. I also think the other tool that we can use is Flipgrid. Flipgrid would be an excellent way to empower everyone's voice. All right, so the second action step that I think that we should adopt as a district. Gather feedback that informs. So what this means is that our teachers quickly and easily gather information about student learning and about student processing speed. Our focus should shift from what content do I need to deliver today to one of how do I best address the questions that students are struggling with. I think that we can do that easily with our Google tools. I think that we can gather feedback with Nearpod. Think about your Nearpod report section. I think we can also gather feedback from students with Flipgrid. That's an amazing tool. Roger's doing something behind me. I'm not sure what that is. Gathering feedback that informs. That should be an action step to meet the strategy. Okay, action step number 3, as I try to find my cursor here. Action step number 3, value process over product. We, teachers, should value process over product. I think we should shift our thinking from a focus on product to one on process. What did you get becomes how did you get there? We communicate to students through a variety of lessons over time that the process is far more important than the final product, adding a focus on reasoning, reflection, and iteration. We provide students with the opportunity to verbalize the solution process. Verbalize the solution process. The tools that I think that we can do that with, I think we can get that out of our Google tools for sure. I think we can get a little out of that with Nearpod and Flipgrid. I'm working on a student portfolio with my 4th and 5th grade students where I'm constantly trying to get them to reflect on the process that they went through when they went through a particular learning standard or a project that they've created. Valuing process over product, I think, should be one of our action steps. The 4th action step that I think that we need to adopt as a district is facilitate the demonstration of understanding. Teachers need to facilitate the demonstration of understanding. So we strive to provide students opportunities to creatively synthesize and express their understanding by enabling the creation of impactful presentations that can be shared with authentic audiences, giving students the flexibility to choose how they express their learning, and providing them with the resources that they need that will empower them to become independent and divergent thinkers. We have seen the powerful learning that can take place when students are asked to synthesize the information they've been taught and given the creative freedom to demonstrate their understanding. Now, the technology tool that I think that we can use to hit this action step is our Google tools, definitely. So those are my thoughts on what the district action steps should be. They're not right now, but that's just what I think they should be. So 4 steps, and 4 tools. If we just focus on 4 tools, that's it. If you can master your Google tools, Nearpod, and Flipgrid, which is easy and amazing, and I think there's something to Edpuzzle. I think we could get some mileage out of that. And think about this. Think about app smashing. Think about using the Nearpod platform and embedding a Google tool in it. There's nothing that says you can't stick a Google form into a Nearpod. There's nothing that says you can't stick a Flipgrid topic into a Nearpod. There's nothing that says that you can't take a video that you're going to put into Nearpod and it's an Edpuzzle video that has those checks where students can weigh in on how they're thinking about particular content. So I think 4 easy strategies and 4 tools, 4 easy action steps and 4 tools. That's the world according to me. So once again, I want to say thank you. And also, this little guy who has shown up in a lot of videos and disrupted a lot of videos and meowed in a lot of videos would also like to say thank you, and let you know that we are grateful that you were here and shared this experience with us. So the rest of week 8 is evaluations and your final exit ticket. So thanks so much and good luck. And also, I am here whenever you need me. He got heavy. I'm here whenever you need me. You can reach out. I'll help you with anything that you need help with. All right. Thanks. Now I got to figure out how to turn the video off again.